Hey guys, welcome back. This is a video I shot some time ago now. We're in the middle of winter right now, so this was kind of the start of autumn. I just wanted to show you guys how the Vstrom 650 handles a bit of traffic. So I wouldn't say this is rush hour, so this is more just before the peak traffic, but we do hit some traffic along here. So it's a bit of lane filtering and a little bit of open roads. This is a trip from Maroubra Beach to Surry Hills, the city. And this is a very famous road in these parts, Anzac Parade. It goes on for a long way. It's quite a long road. A lot of sets of traffic lights. One thing I do notice that the camera always makes the filtering look a bit sketchier than it is. Although when I look at it now, it does make me nervous. Beautiful morning. The temperature's a bit more autumn-like weather rather than winter-like weather. You really can't complain in Sydney. It never gets that cold. The climate's very temperate. I tell you what, since making this video, it did get pretty cold. It's cold enough. You're not acclimatized to it. So one thing I noticed with this bike and filtering, and a few of the comments have said the same thing, that it does feel top heavy. I thought it was just me, but a few people agree with me from some of my other videos. It is a top heavy bike and it does make filtering at slow speeds a bit difficult, and it's pretty wide. I've said this before, and the mirrors kind of stick out. You're kind of like navigating around mirrors and your bark busters. In saying that, I've done a lot of commuting on this bike and you just get used to it. You get used to the size. I can totally see the appeal of, say, a naked sports bike or one of those Honda CB 500Xs. I can kind of see how that would be the future of biking. I think adventure bikes are taking the place of the sports tourer because they're just more versatile and you can do more with them. I've said it in my other videos. I don't see the point in a full sports bike, super sport, or some of your sports tourers. I really don't see the point unless you've got plenty of time to just go driving around the countryside, because yeah, you can filter through traffic on your sports bike, but you can also hit these gigantic potholes that are around Sydney right now. It's just so much more work. Like, the adventure bikes make sense to me in traffic because you're higher up, for example, and you've got better visibility. That is a positive. They are comfortable. They've got enough power. They just do everything. Now the downside is, yes, they are heavier. They don't handle as well in certain areas, and they're bigger, right? So you kind of have the downsides that you have on a cruiser, which is funny because it's the two bikes I like riding. I like riding adventure bikes and cruisers, but I like dual sports as well, and even naked sports, but I'm not a fan of sports bikes. You can keep your super sports up. Unless you're on a track, I don't understand it. I really, really don't. I don't get, or unless you're chewing up miles on a really nice road. But tell me where you're going to do that in Sydney. Tell me where the roads, you've got open roads where you can just launch and do whatever speed you want to do in Sydney. And without traffic, without roadworks, because I haven't found it. That guy in the cruiser is cool, man. He's got a big ass cruiser and he's filtering like he's riding a little town bike. I want to get to that level of cool. That skill set. Personally, I've filtered a little bit with my V-strom, but it's only the 650, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes with anything bigger. I think the issue with filtering with a cruiser, it's no wider than this bike. Well, my V-Star isn't. Obviously the bigger ones are. They're pretty much a small car, right? But it's just, you don't have the visibility. It's a very different way of riding. And the rake on those things, they handle very differently. But you can do it. You just got to have a heads up. Go at your own pace, ride your own ride. You've seen a lot of cyclists. We go past a few cyclists today, and it is strange. There is a mentality with bicycle riders that motorcycle riders don't have. It's like they can travel in the bus lane that I'm in now, but they don't. They take up the middle lane. So, I don't get it. There is... The only people that like bicycle riders on the road are other bicycle riders. I think everyone else is over them. And to be honest, I mean, I've ridden a mountain bike, I've ridden one on the road. I'm not a... These guys were all asleep at the lights. I'm not against bicycle riding. I think it's brilliant. I think it's fitness. I think you just have a bit of courtesy, a bit of common sense, and responsibility for your own safety, just like we do on a motorcycle. In saying that, you do see some videos where the bike rider, the motorcycle rider, has a near miss and then blames the cars. How are you going to do that? Like, you're the one travelling at speed. You're the one that's exposed. It's your responsibility to look after your own safety. People do stupid things. But I guess that's the price we pay, because we have to look out not just for ourselves and our riding, but we have to look out for other people. And this guy up ahead, I do notice that he takes some risks. I'm taking risks now, yeah? I'm going slow, just making sure that no cars pulling out, no bikes pulling out. But I see bike riders, they give other people responsibility for their safety, and it's just not on. You have to take responsibility for yourself. So right here, like, I'm taking it easy. I could just zip out, but there could be a bike coming down there. So I take my time. It's not a big deal. It's a few seconds. It's not a race. I'd like to think that I'm a fast but safe rider. Like, I'll always err on the side of caution. I tell you what, I love this guy on this bike and his big ass cruiser. He has no trouble with zipping through traffic. It's really inspired me. I've said, can you commute on a cruiser? I've got a video out about it, and this guy's shown you can with a bit of skill set. You definitely can. Kudos to him. I don't think that's always the case. But he's definitely very comfortable on that bike. It's not that big a looking cruiser. And he looks like a small guy. Maybe it's a small cruiser and he's just a small guy. I can see now it is a Harley. It's hard to make out at speed though. By the way, you are hearing exactly everything I'm hearing, because the microphone is in my helmet, so this is pretty much road noise of the showy GT Air 2. No, it's a pretty big bike. That's cool. So back to my point. You do see a lot of people in morning traffic take some unnecessary risks. Most of the time it's cyclists and scooter riders. But I'm not defending bike riders either, motorcycle riders, because I've seen some of them do crazy things. But I guess you just get complacent when you've had a lot of time in the saddle. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it too. Let me know what you think. Like, is there a big difference between the mentality of a bicycle rider and a motorcycle rider? Is it the level of training? Because basically you don't need any training. You don't get any training to ride a bicycle on the same roads that we ride on. We get tons of training. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's not about bashing either one, because I've been both. I haven't been the middle-aged man in Lycra, so I haven't been the mammal, but it doesn't appeal to me. But you know, whatever floats your boat. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. If you do both, let me know what you think. And if you've enjoyed this video, check out my other videos and think about subscribing. Give it a thumbs up. I'll see you next time, guys.